rich life of what's-his-face trips or national parks or nomad trips or whatever he wants to call himself now is going to court the 25th for all of his cybercrimes, and many more people have complained. Yes, they have, because, I mean, his list of allies grows thin, just saying. So, I thought I would come on and have at him. Yes, make sure you're on live chat. Hello, let it go. And it is I, Grimgoth. And Richlife is going to now be a character since, he goes the 25th to court and they're going to law him all up. People are going to miss him. So, I'm going to make him a character on Grimgoth's channel. Hi, Cass. Hi, Monica. So, my Richlife impressions, that's going to be a part of the comedy over on Grimgoth's channel. And then he can privacy complain that channel too. So, tonight, all of our Richlife, fuck spelling today, for this live, it's Jeil. Yes, we're going to have fun at Richlife's expenses. Now, he was live on Twitch today, and he deleted it. So, I think he had some mouth running to do, but I didn't get to see it because he doesn't understand that I have a life. Hello, Jennifer. But yes, I'm going to make him comedy on Grimgoth's channel because I intend on doing a lot on Grimgoth's channel. It's just, this iPhone is not giving me my space back, and I think it's screwed. Yes, I do. I think it's screwed. I think I'm going to need to find another device for YouTube. But, not going to worry about that today. Tomorrow will be tomorrow. If I can get rid of my hay, I'll buy a $150 tablet to do YouTube with. Hello, old man Files. But yeah, Rich is going to get all loaded up the 25th, and they'll offer him a plea agreement to 25th. So what do you think he's going to say? He said rather than 2 years probation before, he'd do the 60 days in jail. But I've not seen Computer Chick. Well, Bushman, in my other trailer, I've got 2 bedrooms. In this one, I got 3 bedrooms. And I even have a place that someone can sleep in the barn. Leticia ain't getting on this property. Just saying, Yeah, I'm well armed. Now, an interesting Roger fact, this has been with me most of my life. And where everyone, who likes to run their mouth on YouTube saying, you're not that bad. Hell, I'm not that bad. I used to carry this all the time. This is solid steel. And it fits right perfectly in my hand. Now, for the people that's been here a long time, you remember how I say my hand breaks and it separates right here? This is the reason why my hand breaks and separates right here. Because, when I lived in Cincinnati, I had this in my hand. Because, see, legally, I wasn't hitting them with the steel ball. I was hitting them with my knuckles. It's like having 10 rolls of quarters that are all crushed together in your hand. Well, old man, he may have a felony, and I was hoping Computer Chick Productions would show up tonight, because I'm hoping other people's got some charges in on him, and maybe he'll get a felony rather than the misdemeanor, but we'll find that out on the 25th, and, tomorrow's the 20th, so I thought nose itches, excuse me, cat hair. So I thought, well, you know what? Since the 25th, and I was going to start my coverage tomorrow anyway, why don't we just have a live and we talk like this? Because, I don't get to talk like this no more because Richlife of Roadtrips, he had Zach's piece today, and he got him a big birthday cake, and it's not even his birthday. No, he's a Virgo. Yes, Richlife is born in September. Astrologically, he's a virgin. Where my birthday was this month, but, I didn't get no cake because we can't afford that here this year. Our economy has went to shit. Food has gotten to where I'm not going to get to eat the better part of this, well, not the better part, a third of the month. And today was one of my off days, so I had a ramen noodle. But, Richlife, he had his Zaxby's, and he had his birthday cake on, my birthday month. And, well, country lady, he reared his head today. His channel, he posted his food. He showed me his Zaxby's, half eaten. I mean, he couldn't have no discipline to wait on his Zaxby's. Now, I hope the next 5 days he eats well before he starts getting the JEIL food. So, and Jim Goth reminded him that did he bake the file into the cake because after the 25th he's going to need it. But he deleted the comment. Grimgoth also told him that he's going to be starring on Grimgoth's channel and that Grimgoth looks forward to his privacy complaints. Okay, thank you. I was going to say, for some reason, I don't know why, but, Bossman's saying some innocent stuff, but YouTube is holding it for review. Well, I was about to say a negative thing about YouTube, but, I don't want to sound like Leticia, but, they might, shoot death rays at me or something. I don't normally believe those sort of things, but, at this point with YouTube, you never know. Now, that's the other thing that I want is to hook Richlife and Leticia up, because Richlife always was looking for him a homeless woman. Leticia's a homeless woman. Richlife has a home in North Carolina. Okay, it's his brother's former office, and he claims it's his home, but no one else will live in it but him. So ipso facto, it's his home. Hello, Laura. Well, Monkey Slunky was here on my last live where we talked about Leticia, and he popped in at the end. I'm trying to keep those short so, people do replay. But it's dark now, so, I got all my chores done, and I've worked my buttocks off, and I thought, well, you know what? Tomorrow starts the Richlife coverage, up to his court date, the 25th, so I'll be talking about him, and he posted his food, so, I thought, okay, you want to rear your bald head, we'll talk about you, so, we're coming here now. He had chicken today, and he had fries. Now, as I said, he couldn't wait to eat, when I show you my food. Very rare. I've showed you my favorite dish. I've not ate half of it. When I cooked pepperoni helper with you. I didn't eat half of it and then start filming. I showed you it as it was prepared, stopped the video, and then I ate. In every case, any food that's been on any of my channels, it's not been ate on before you guys get to see it. Well, it's going to be a battle of JEIL. The Boit's been kind of disunified at a moment, so this is a Boit event. Because, on the other side, we'll take the other side of the ball for a minute. The 25th, Richlife could come on live after his court date and say, it's all dismissed, Now, whether that's the truth or not, but there's going to be witnesses like Jesse Scott that'll show up and, well, actually, Cash, with Leticia, there's an interesting thing that her pregnancies usually go about 40 weeks, and let's just say things are kind of getting long. So we're going to see, she should have around a Labor Day birth. I know the irony. But, Richlife could get a hold of that first. Yes, it could. Richlife could get right a hold of that. I'm petting a kitty. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm petting a kitty. I'm petting a pretty kitty. Yes, I am. I'm petting a pretty kitty. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. If you're wondering which pretty kitty I'm petting Elric. Yes, I am. I'm petting Elric. Because he's usually an outside cat now, but he's come in the house to hang out for a little bit. So, since he don't make much of a appearance no more, I thought you guys like to see him. I think he was worried his mother was going to hit him in the head. Because right now I'm touching Summer, and when I lifted him up, I think he was afraid Summer was going to whack him in the head because, well, that is kind of the thing that Summer would do. You guys don't get to see it, but Summer can be quite an ass. Hello, Monkey Boy. Yes, the 25th is coming up, and I start my Rich coverage tomorrow. The 5-day wind up to court. And I thought, well, you know what? I've got all my chores done. It's dark. It's nice here. The device is all charged up. And he showed up on YouTube today. Not live, but he showed us his Zaxby's, and he showed me his early birthday cake. It's nice that he got a birthday cake, and I don't get one this month. May 3rd was my birthday, and I get to go without eating 10 days this month because prices went astra-fucking-nomical. And I'll have to figure out how to do things a bit more different. Now, I've taken to mixing rice in my taco stuff, so I can take 1 pound of hamburger, and I can make it into 2 pounds of taco meat if I just add enough rice. And, add an extra flavoring thing. So, that's going to be the one things that I'm going to do for that. Now, I'm guessing that Richlife still has mommy paying the electric bill. My electric bill last month was $84. The net $75. And I'm guessing that mommy's paying for all that for him still. Laura, I do not have chickens. Now, the reason why I don't have chickens, I'm an insomniac. And I can't stand roosters. Honest to God, I can't stand roosters. Now, what I did do is, see, every year here, several pairs of geese, will fight for the island. Well, whoever doesn't get the island, critters destroy their nests. So after the critters raid the nest, I go out and pick up the eggs. So this spring, I've had a whole bunch of goose eggs. Right now, goose eggs are in season, and I do have a ton of wild onions outside. Well, yeah, I'm looking for different ways to, stretch my eating dollar out. And, these last 2 months, they've just raised and raised prices to where it's like, wow. But, I'll figure out ways around, and, next month I've got a side deal that'll get me a little extra food money, so next month won't be like this month. But, this month for me is suck. Just saying. Well, let it go. The problem is because of my condition, unless people are here, I can't go to the pond. And the last time people here fished. No one's just showed up. In the last couple weeks, nobody's been fishing at all. It is what it is. It does that, the weather will get nice, and then I'll just get the place, we'll have constantly people here. And then after they get it all out of their system, no one shows up. Well, I've got on raising chickens. I've got everything to make a chicken coop. Now, I also got everything to make a hog pen. And I'm thinking pretty, honestly, I'm getting tempted on the hog pen idea. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the reason why I'm thinking about that, and you more squeamish people aren't going to like, is the fact that it would be pretty easy for me on my own to butcher sucklings. In your medieval repast, that was a typical dinner was a suckling pig. So, where I'm thinking of bang for my buck, I'm thinking that if I was to get a couple pigs, see, I got about 2 acres of woodland, and the overflow from my pond goes down it. So if I just fence that off, it's already got water there. And it's already got an entire environment for pigs. Well, fortunately for me, the wind, you remember that guy with the Doberman that was an asshole to me? If that is put where I want to, that will blow to his house. Boo-hoo. Just saying. Well, these I can make bacon out of. Now, I know how to, butcher basically a small animal, but I wonder how you make bacon. I mean, like yourself. Now, you know what? See, before bed, where I've got that Magus ego state, after this live, I'll be sitting here, and then the back of my head, I'm going to get an itch. Proverbially. And it's going to say, well, how do you make your own bacon? And then before I go to bed, I am going to have to look up on YouTube and learn how to cut my own bacon from a suckling pig. It's just the way that my brain works. There's just that one little part of me that has to know. There's 5, 6 of me that really don't care. But there's just that one part of me that would just poke at me when I try to sleep if I don't know. But right now I have to say that pork kind of sounds good. Well, country lady, my problem really is transportation. I should get a food box every month from a church, but I got no way there because it's right next to my P.O. box. And I can't get there either. And I know that I do have some channel donations in my P.O. box that would feed me right now. And I can't get a human being to take me there. Because, the lazy and pile of human shit gene is kind of high around here, to be honest with you. But, I'm not going to go on like Leticia. Hello, Jen. Yes, let it go. That's a baby pig. Like I say, something easy to handle. And once again, a mommy could have a litter or two, in a year's time. And sometimes they have a bunch. And in reality, that would probably be about 16 dinners. Or actually probably about 16 piglets. And that's probably if I had one. 12 to 16. I'd probably get that a year. And then once again, something smaller I could butcher myself. I can make into Chinese. Well, not here, Laura. I live way too far out. Now, once again, where I told you I could get the church box and my P.O. box, Kroger will deliver to there. But that's like it. You know, that's as far as the deliveries places go. And that's not to me. Now, if I had some form of transportation to where I could get to Eubank and back, you know, I could get grocery delivered from Kroger there. I could get my P.O. box. I could get my food box. And if I could get into Somerset, I could get food pantry every 40 days. Laura, they don't deliver out here. I mean, there are limits to it. You know, it's like pizza. No one delivers out here pizza. If I could, someone today asked about pizza delivery out here. 7 miles down the road is the end of pizza delivery. If I had a vehicle, I could ride 7 miles down the road and have them deliver it right, you know, deliver me a pizza right at the edge of their delivery roads. Well, I have a physical address and I have a P.O. box. But, you know, the physical address, you're not likely to get anything here, and they don't deliver packages. What they do is they put a tag, and they say, you've got 10 days to get to the post office and get it. I can't get to the post office. So that's why I have to have a P.O. box. But, you know, we're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about Richlife, and the fact of the matter is you know, he and I are almost the same age. I am 4 months his senior. I hope you're well, Jen. And unlike Richlife, you know, I'm healthy. I mean, people try to say, you're fat. I mean, do you see any fat there? No, I'm actually pretty muscles. But, you know, that's one thing is, I don't get enough to eat. But I'm at right about a perfect weight. And I even had a couple pounds still to lose. You know, bouncing from the winter. Because the winter I went up, you know, about 10, 15 pounds. And, you know, most of that's gone. And I probably only got like 2 or 3 pounds to lose from that. And I'm going to lose those at the end of this month because there's going to be a week I ain't eating. Well, I can't afford to be fat. And, you know, I'm doing an insane amount of labor around here. Well, happy life. I have a thyroid issue. You know, that's something, you know, I also don't bring. So, you know, that's one reason why I have an extra barrel chest. But that's, you know, with my whole family. Excuse me. I'm deceptively large. You know, I'm a bit under 6 foot tall. You know, my neck, you know, there ain't no fat there. All of that is muscle. And it's almost 19 inches in diameter. Hi, Robert. Hi, hunted coyotes. Well, hunted coyotes, I know why. You know, the brain tries to associate with certain things, and one of her recent talks, you know, she basically wants what I have. You know, a place with animals and, you know, away from people. So that's why it associated in your mind and you had that dream. Because that's also why it's like, I got news for you. If you were the last chick on earth, there ain't no chance, Leticia. I mean, she's starting to make, truthfully, Tricia look really good to me. I mean, and I know it's wrong. I mean, I know it's totally wrong to be attracted to truthfully Tricia. But, you know, I mean, when I start comparing the two, I mean, TT starts looking good. And as I said, my conscious mind knows it's wrong. Oh. But I want to hook Leticia and Richlife up. I mean, he wants a homeless woman. She wants a home. They're both unhappy. They both bitch about everything. Are you seeing where we're going here? Richlife says, I'll lay back and you do whatever you want to me. I mean, the dude is too lazy to fuck. I mean, if the lady wants me to make love to her, I'm not going to say, honey, you do all the work. I mean, I'd be too embarrassed. I mean, there's not much in the universe that would embarrass me. But telling the lady that I'm too lazy to fuck, I mean, wow. And, they're both on disability, and Leticia tells us she's very smart, and Richlife says he has a learning disability. She can educate him. How long do you think it would be until he begged for jail? Just saying. Well, country lady, you say that like it's a bad thing. Yes, you say that it's like a bad thing. Now, the 25th, I've been debating this because I do have the secret Richlife tapes. I have hours and hours of secret recordings. In the 25th, I am going to bring you guys an excerpt of Richlife talking to my now ex-girlfriend. Yes, I am. So, that the 25th is going to be a bit of fun that we're going to have. I'm not going to let it all out, and we're not going to go too much, but, I have a special excerpt that, I am going to play of the Richlife secret recordings. And then he can be jealous of my life. You see, he may have the birthday cake that I don't, but I got the secret recordings of him. And furthermore, the secret recordings of him are 0 calorie. And they're just as satisfying, if not more than cake. Just a minute. I'm having a gasm. There we go. Yes, I feel much better now. But yes, the 25th, after Rich is done with court, and he's going to have the plea agreement thrown at him at the 25th. So my theory is, they may give him a day or two to think about it. They may give him, a month to wait on it. They might ice him a month. Because typically, from my bad guy life, that is typically what they do. They throw that plea agreement at you, then they set another court date. And it's usually for 1 month, where they give you 1 month to sit and think about it. Hello, Miss Cupcake. Yes, Big Boss Man, the whole pillow thing she said today, this was the look on my face. I mean, when she was talking about her doing her wild thing. Now, Richlife, he always has lotion for the motion. And he always has it in great quantity. And just a minute, I'm having to fight one off because I can just picturing the two of them and her saying, do you want to lay your head on my pillow? Oh, man. But I mean, Richlife wants a horny woman. She's a horny woman. I mean, now she's going to have to, now the problem is, this is where we know she's lazy. She called her husband at work because she was tired of doing the housework and taking care of the baby. So, this will be a problem because they're both lazy as fuck. Hello, Dina. I'm having fun at Rich Life's expense because he goes to court the 25th, and I like saying he goes to court the 25th. Why? Because he goes to court the 25th. And I don't. Oh, hell no, I'm sleeping in. Yes, and, thinking about it, I don't really think of this, but I think I'll pleasure myself the entire morning the 25th. Yes. Just to piss Rich Life off. I'll have a cold drink and make a day of it. And then we'll wait until Monkey Boy tells us what happens. I'm pretty sure, now, Rich could just accept the plea. He could accept the plea the 25th and it could be all over. But he's a defiant kind of guy. And he likes to be worried up. Because, to be honest, all this time covering him, let me drop the facade for a moment. I really think he likes it. I mean, it's like Leticia. I really think they like having their panties in a bunch. Otherwise, why in the hell would they have their panties in the bunch so much? I mean, how in the... I forgot I'm not 18 plus. How can you manage to be aggrieved so much? Dina, I know too much. See, Dina, he used to hit on my girlfriend. Yes, now, see, this is something... Now, I didn't tell you the why I recorded Rich Life. She said him and her traded a comment on Twitter. And then he started messaging her. And then he went somewhere and bought her number and address. Because, you see, my ex-girlfriend was silly enough to use her real name on her account originally. And Rich Life went and bought her info and called her on the phone. And this is before we were boyfriend and girlfriend. And she freaked the hell out. And it made her mad. I mean, it epically made her mad. And my ex-girlfriend was the vengeful sort. Hello, baby. And I'm like, I didn't encourage her behind the scenes to do this, but, she wanted even with him. And, that trip he did to California to Rosie's? Girlfriend sent him on it. Yes, she did. She sat behind the scenes, poked at him, prodded him, manipulated him, and sent him across the country. And then once at Rosie's, she didn't talk to him for a while. And then when they started to fight, she talked to him. And she sent him across country again. And that was when he went to Lisa Lynn's. She has sent him across, and then back, when, he started to fight with Monkey Boy, she sent him on that trip too. She manipulated him across country 3 fucking times. And I went, wow. And, some of it I was recording. But, that's some of the, real life behind the YouTube scenes. And I won't play it all and I won't play tons of it. But, I will play an excerpt of my ex-girlfriend in Rich Life. And, she really hated him. And she came up with all sorts of stories. And then Rich Life would come back and change those stories. She said she worked at McDonald's. In reality, my ex-girlfriend was fucking rich. Real rich. Not play rich, not say you're rich. She was rich. And, of course, she didn't want Rich Life to know that. No. So she said, I'm a McDonald's worker and so is my friend. And I was supposedly the friend. And supposedly my name was Vanessa. She came up with that on her own. I had no part of that. But then Richlife goes back and saying that they're strippers from Pennsylvania. And that's where the strippers from Pennsylvania come. But my girlfriend said she worked at McDonald's. But he turned it as that the McDonald workers were strippers from Pennsylvania. Actually let it go when her family was well-to-do. Her family also is involved in a well-known company, which I will not dox. But most of us have bought their product. And also in her younger years, she was in a serious car accident and had major damage done to her back, which led to a large lawsuit, which led to an extremely large settlement on top of family money. So, that is how she got rich. Her family already had money, and she got $1 million plus settlement on top of that. Well, she had claims, and she has threatened my life, and she has threatened to have people murder me. I know you're gonna love YouTube, don't it? If I already, in my youthful days, already didn't dance with bloodthirsty monsters and killers, I might actually get scared. It's why you don't see my houses, so no one can get the layout, or see that, I might have this that's just kind of sitting right here. Off camera, or something like this sitting, right off camera. See, you guys don't get to see that off camera. You remember, Richlife talks about his ninja sword, that's just, this one's even better. It's got like hooks on it and shit. But yeah, those are the things on why, I basically limit my view on YouTube at my home. Well, she was entertaining, and she did have a good side. She did. She also had an evil side. And she's bipolar, which she didn't tell me. I had to figure that one out for myself. And she was on medication, and she obviously needed some new medication. But it was her whole family. When they get mad at each other, they try to destroy each other. The stuff that they did, if it would have been in my family, there would have been bodies on the deck. My family never went around harming each other. And to be honest, one thing that my family, domestic abuse was never an issue in my family. But every one of our houses had a central arsenal. To where anyone could pick up a variety of firearms at any time. And that I found in socially really, really did keep domestic violence from ever happening in my family's homes. The fact that any of us could wipe all the rest of us out anytime that we felt like it. Hello, Philip. Oh, she's vengeful to no end, but matter of fact, she's as vengeful as Leticia. It's just she has financial backing where Leticia doesn't. But no, she did have a good side, and she's lovely with animals, and where I think it's funny, it's like, Shannon talks about my animals. You think that most of these are domestic? Summer would not get near my girlfriend. Nope. Excuse me. Driveway to the deck. Basically driveway to my door was as close as she would get. And that was about 45 feet. She was not having anything to do with her at all. Summer is a little wild thing. And now, Tiger or Sissy? You know, if you were to come to my house, you could probably pet Tiger or Sissy on the head. Other than that, you ain't touching any of them. But, you know, with me, you know, you see how they are. Now, Winter, she might be your friend. Maybe Abaddon too. Because Winter likes a McCoy. And she really wants him to pet her on the head. So, you know, Winter, I'd love to find her a home. Because she needs a special person all to herself. And she just kind of hangs around in the background. She don't ever do anything wrong. And she'll crawl in the window and crawl by my feet and sleep with me. And, you know, Richlife don't even have a pussycat pet no more. Because his pussycat even left him. And I do want to mention, because there's rotating in here, he was on Twitch today, and he deleted it. But I don't know what he was twitching about. You know, I have no idea what he was twitching, but it may have been running his mouth because, you know, he did delete it, and I have no idea what it was. Wish I know, you know, my parents knew at 18 years old that, you know, that kind of was over, you know, the whole telling me what to do, because I was feeding myself and working from 15. You know, I wasn't eating their groceries. I was using their water, their laundry facilities, and their potty. You know, that was basically it. You know, from 18 on. Well, he had his Zaxby's today, and he showed it to us after he ate half the chicken or more, and he showed us the fries, and he had almost all the toast ate, and I don't know, just rather than Zaxby's, I'd rather just get a few burgers. I mean, seriously. Now, the price of fast food has gone ridiculous to the point, from what I've seen, that, you know, I'll just be making stuff at home. You know, it is what it is. You guys can't see it, but I got a big, huge crock pot over there. And one thing that I'm doing is I'm making like 2 to 3 pounds of chili at a time. Now, that crock pot's big enough I can make 4 pounds of something if I want. And, you know, I'm going to do things like take 2 pounds of rice, 2 pounds of hamburger, and make 4 pounds of taco seasoning. You know, and make giant taco things. You know, I'm going to make 4 pounds of chili at a time. I've got another smaller crock pot I make spaghetti in. And I'm making all my chili now as chili spaghetti. And buying little cheese to put on top of it. And, you know, I'm stretching out my food that way. But Richlife makes as much money as I do. So, you know, this is how I know that that Mommy's still paying the bills. I bet Mommy's even paying his insurance. I bet he ain't paying nothing. I bet the only thing, I bet say, Mommy, I can't afford it no more. Can you and brother pay my car and RV insurance? I bet he is. Yeah, I bet he is. My knee's killing me. Well, no, I don't think he's paying for anything now, you know. I get $840 a month, and for me, $400's on medication, and it's some really good medication, by the way, and Leticia would be very, very jealous. Now, also here, you know, we're talking about Leticia being jealous of my life, and, you know, I can't do it because I'm a property owner, but, you know, if someone's not a property owner around here, they can basically grow as much pot as they want and get a slap on the wrist. Now, if you're a property owner, they try to steal things from you. So, you know, I can't grow pot, but, you know, someone like Leticia here, you know, she could grow all the pot she wanted. She could grow her weight in pot. And by the way, the sun-kissed berry lemonade, if it's very cold, is pretty decent. And it's 99 cents a 2 liter. You know, once again, I'm looking for ways to stretch my dollar. So, you know, I thought I'd buy one of these and give it a try. Because once again, another way to stretch a buck. Well, you know, he begs from his family. Now, I know from when he was live before, his brother buys him something at McDonald's every morning. So he probably has as much as brother buys him as much as I eat in a day every morning. Now, every third or fourth day, I try to eat big. Now, yesterday was my eat big day. You know, I made a ton of that taco stuff I was telling you about. You know, and I bought an entire bag of, you see there's only a few left. I bought an entire bag of these, dumped it out, put the taco meat on top of it, put the cheese on top of it, and I ate like a Viking yesterday. So, you know, that's why today, you know, I'm going without, and I just had a ramen noodle, and I'm okay, you know. Now, I could use a cheeseburger. You know, I wouldn't kick a cheeseburger out of bed. You know, I feel like I'm a couple hours before lunch. Now, unfortunately for me, it'll be about 16 hours before I get anything to eat. But I've got a pound of hamburger left, and I'll end up making it into chili. I've got crackers over here to add to it. But yes, Miss Cupcake, right now I would kill for a cheeseburger. As you could possibly glean from an earlier comment that I made on someone else's channel. That right now, you know, I'm interested in less in discourse other than getting a cheeseburger. And I'm not normally a give me kind of guy, but today I could use a cheeseburger. Actually, I could use a big pile of them, but, you know, I'd settle for one. Now, I do have that thing of hamburger, but I'm going to be better off making the chili. Because, you know, as I mentioned, I've got a box of crackers right here. And, you know, that's to go with my chili tomorrow. So, you know, I'll have the pound of hamburger. I'll dump a thing of crackers in it. I've got a little bit of cheese left from the tacos. And I got those little tiny bit of chips here to add with the chili. And that's what I'm having tomorrow. So, you know, that's pretty much, but, you know, that last week of the month's going to be hard on me. Now, another one of my plans is the wild onions are all over. And I've got some Italian dressing. Now, once again, some people that don't like me want to call me stinky. But the day after tomorrow, I'm going to go out there with my knife and I'm going to dig up a ton of wild onions. And I'm going to have them with that Italian dressing. And I would not want to be anyone that would come here that day, because I would say that my breath, I mean, I can't, it's going to be funny. I mean, it will. Hell, I might even vlog it. I mean, this could be comedy. Okay, Miss Cupcake. Excuse me for everyone a moment. We're doing recipe here. Now we want a I'm running out of recipe. We're having a cooking show. Now, unfortunately, you know how the frickin' iPhone is? Oh, shit. I'm under attack. Now, you guys just witnessed it. You saw this attack. It dives in my lap. And now it has no bones. As soon as it dives in the lap, it has no bones. Just a minute, honey. Hold on, honey. What do we have here? Okay. There's a little thingy on her. It was a burr. I was afraid it might be a tick. But yes, I am taking a Richella attack. Now, my hands are doing a lot better. You know, a year ago, I would have never been able to type this. So, you know, my condition does better. But yes, Grimgoth has given it to us because Grimgoth does enjoy it. You take a skillet helper dinner, pepperoni, and your favorite red sauce, because we all have our own taste in red sauce. You boil the pepperoni and you drain the grease. And then which is only about 3 minutes to boil the pepperoni. And then you just add the noodles to the pepperoni, you add your favorite sauce, you rip open the flavoring packet, and you put it on top of your favorite sauce, and you mix it all together until the noodles are properly done. Then you put a white, or almost properly done, and then you put a white cheese on top, melt it, and serve. Hello, RC. Well, actually, Cyanide, the video's on YouTube. I re-uploaded it. It was one of them that was still on my phone. So, you know, it's on the channel. Now, some people like, if you guys have a favorite topping, you can take a side skillet and saute whatever your typical toppings you would like are on a pizza. And then you can add it to it and then stir before you add the white cheese. Now, I'm a purist. I'm happy with just pepperoni. But, you know, I like myself, if I had like a half of a green pepper, you know, I would probably add that to it too. But like I say, it's a dish that you make to your taste. And remember this, the hamburger helper is the worst to make it. I don't know why. But, you know, the cheapest you can get the lasagna skillet dinner, they do the best. You know, you only use a hamburger helper one if there's nothing else. Not sure why, but it's just the way it is. And this is my Richella. She won't support her own body. I mean, she just oozes through, sets you down here on her lap. Yes, let it go. I would not go near the Leticia creature. You know, she is dangerous if she could be. You know, with her schizophrenia and all, and see, that's another reason why I think that her and Rich would be good is, you know how defensive he gets, and I can see her claiming he works for the government and spying on her, and damn, I just thought really they are the perfect couple. She's worried about certain things sliding into her in the middle of the night. Richlife is too lazy to fuck. I mean, she would be perfect for him. It would be, Mandy. I mean, we all know that Richlife would never get on top and do any of the work. So, yes, I think we have found Richlife's soulmate. Now, I'm going to turn this into a comedy video. Just to let everyone know now. You know, we're going to have like love connection video. And, you know, and I'm going to make parody of it. And we'll make fun of it. So, yeah, that'll probably be my video for tomorrow on the main channel. Well, Noodles, he does. I mean, he's got a little baby head, too. You know, the big giant head compared to the rest of the body. And all he does is flap his gums, too. Now, if I just hang about, I can get a moob, but, you know, currently I've been exercising enough, I'm moobless. That kind of goes with being 50, honestly. But, you know, you actually have to do things. And Richlife ain't done anything in a very long time, and, well, he does noodle, like a little baby, and he's very proud of his Zaxby's. I mean, there's 51 people in chat. I'm sure someone here ate really good shit today, but, you know, we're all not trying to throw our dinners in each other's faces. You know, tomorrow I'm going to eat pretty good. You know, I make some pretty mean chili. So, you know, that'll be what it is. Matter of fact, okay, yeah, I got my hamburger laid out. In fact, I'll probably start my chili tonight, thinking about it. Before I go to bed, I'll put it in the slow cooker. What I'll probably do is I'll put the hamburger in the slow cooker, and then I'll let it cook all night. You know, add some extra water to it, and that way it'll all be well cooked before I even add any chili seasoning. But, you know, he don't even cook. I mean, he's my age. You know, when I was a youngin', we didn't have no frickin' microwave. You know, microwaves started showing up in people's homes when I was a teenager. You know, I was like the first kid on my street to be able to microwave something. And as I said, I was a teenager. You know, you had a certain level of expected cooking. You know, men were at least supposed to be able to cook certain things. Now, I could cook a lot. You know, my friends used to come to my house to eat. Because one, my mother was a great cook, and two, I'd make something good to eat. And three, because we used to kill our own cattle, in the basement that I lived in was a giant freezer full of a half of a cow. So, you know, we had special meals. Like, one day we went to Paul's house and we cooked a beef heart. I don't recommend it. Just saying. You know, we got Richella with us again, but now Richella didn't get to grow up listening to Richlife of Roadtrips. Now, Summer, well, she wasn't a baby, but, you know, she got to listen to too much of Richlife, and as you can see, as soon as I touch this cat, its bones fall out of it. Well, I'm just wondering why she sticks around Hot Springs, Arkansas. I think I'll pass on that Miss Cupcake. You know, my PTSD, one of the reasons why I don't want to have to go back to hunting, but I am, is I don't like skinning animals. Just saying. Yep, just saying. What are you doing, Chella? Now my Chella's over here into things. Now, Richlife, and I don't know what he's going to do when life gets hard other than run to brother. Well, let it go, my little girl is in another state, and, well, she's an adult girl now, but, damn, and I'm having a moment, everyone. I'm having a shitty moment of revelation. I was starting to tell you something that wasn't accurate, and I was amending it, and it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Now, my granddaughter is in college now. I got to see a more recent picture. So, it's been a few years since I saw one, and my granddaughter's in college now. Now, I do like on her profile, she did say she and hers. I hate that, she's kind of gotten into the whole modern-esque nonsense of the universe. But yes, now I have to say that I have an adult granddaughter. And that kind of, it's on my tongue, and it just feels off. It feels wrong. It feels wrong. But yes. But I know what college she's going to, and mainly because of the background picture. And she seems to have a young gentleman with her. And oh my God, is he nerdy looking as fuck. Oh my fucking God. But, that's just saying, this is just a little Roger behind the scenes because, of course, for her safety, I can't show you, but he's like got that haircut that only goes to here. It's kind of like a comb over. It's kind of like he forgot half of his hair. And he's blonde, so this should end up with some really interesting genetics. Because, I am English, Scottish, Irish, and Cherokee, and the mother is completely Slavic. So, and looks like I said, the boyfriend is completely blonde and probably of some sort of Germanic origin. So, this should be some real interesting shit they get on a genetic test, now won't it? Well, Monica, I decided, because looking at my demographics, a ton of you watch Foodie Beauty. So I'm going to go back and just start doing her community post like I did because, commentary. Lying fat chick says, lying fat chick says, lying fat chick says. Hello, Coachism. Well, I think Chantal could end up in jail at some point. If we talk about serious side, myself as a career criminal, your job every day was to get home alive and not go to jail. Everything in your life should revolve around that. Getting home alive, not going to jail. Getting home alive, not going to jail. That was my life dynamic for the first half of my life. Not getting killed and not going to jail. Now, unfortunately, Foodie Beauty and Richlife of Roadtrips, they don't have this way of doing things. But it is what it is now. It's 10 o'clock now. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get off here and leave this as an hour. So, it will get replay and people can watch it because we're on the big wind-up for Rich Life of Road Trips. Now, don't be surprised if I come on tomorrow and we have another hour to 2 hours about Rich. So, he goes to court the 25th where they will hand him a plea agreement. And we will see what he says about it. And also on Grimgolf the Dark Elf channel, Rich Life of Road Trips imitations are going to be, because he's going to get all pissed off and law me all up. Now everyone, take care and have a good night.